Hey there everybody, welcome back. Let's just get right into it. Okay, so based on my like to dislike ratio on my iPhone videos, I'm going to take a wild guess that most of my viewers are Android users. This is a good thing because I prefer Android myself, as you already know, but today I want us to keep an open mind because there are reasons why the iPhone is the most popular phone in the world. I hope that I can convince you to give iPhone a try with these 5 reasons. Apple isn't as bad as you might think. Let's get started. Apple's not just selling you a phone, they're selling you a lifestyle. It's like you're in a gorgeous garden with all types of trees and flowers and beauty, and with a very tall wall that can't be climbed over, and also you're tethered to the ground. It's a very exclusive club. And guess what? They've got a thing for pretty much everything. Need a computer? Mac and MacBook. A tablet? iPad. A watch? Apple Watch. Shocking, I know. Want to listen to music? AirPods. Watch TV? Apple TV. Control your house with your voice? HomePod. Feel like strapping a ridiculously expensive screen to your face and showing the world just how stupendous you are? Apple Vision Pro, which comes in at a very affordable price of 5 Apple Mac Pro wheel kits. But anyways, whether you think it's worth the money or not, Apple has a product for every single part of our lives, and the iPhone is an essential piece of its ecosystem. And as much as an Android fanboy that I am, I have to admit Apple's ecosystem is the best in the industry. Now, thanks to my lovely wife, who is a proud Apple fangirl, I have access to all of these products, and I can tell you that if you want integration and continuity throughout all of your devices, there is no better phone to buy than the iPhone. Here are some things that I like the most that might just convince you to give up your Android. So, we've explored Apple's walled garden ecosystem, a beautiful, albeit expensive place to be, but behind those tall walls lies something even more valuable, which is your privacy. Now, Google has improved on this, and to be completely honest, if you know what you're doing, I believe Android to be just as safe and secure with your data and privacy as Apple iOS. But naturally, iOS is more secure because it is more controlled. It's not rocket science. Just look at the iPhone. Everything is meticulously controlled from the software, design, fabrication, sales, and even the overall repair process. If you are a parent and your kids need a phone, or if you are older and your parents who are now in their later years need a phone, it just makes sense to buy an iPhone, where the Apple App Store is controlled and ensures that you can only download what Apple considers to be safe onto your iPhone. Android kind of feels like the wild, wild west sometimes. This can be a good thing if you want greater customization and control, but that also means it's easier to download applications that can lead to scams and viruses if you don't know what you're doing. So, I will be honest, I don't have kids right now, but we hope to have some one day. Once we do, will I always carry an iPhone with me? Honestly, I think I will. If not for myself, for the data security and privacy for my children and the integration between my family's devices. At the end of the day, Android is open source software and Apple is not. And for those who don't know what open source is, it is code that is designed to be publicly accessible. Anyone can modify and distribute the code as they see fit. So it's pretty easy to see why Android is objectively riskier. Again, Android fanboy here. Also, you're going to get security updates instantly on your iPhone. You can say the same thing for Pixel devices because it's made by Google, who is the owner of Android, but that is just a small sliver of the Android market. The vast majority of Android users do not use a Google Pixel, so they are potentially not receiving regular security updates. That can be very concerning for your data and privacy. So yes, I love Android, but iOS and iPhone are generally going to be the safer choice, especially for your kids and family. Now, there are so many things we use on a daily basis that we don't even realize how cool or sophisticated they really are. Think about things like running water that can be cold, warm, or hot. Wi-Fi, the ability to just go to the store and get strawberries. Bridges, cars, airplanes. When you really think about the engineering and brain power that was required to create all of these things, we take it for granted. It's amazing and we don't even notice it. That is, until those things aren't working like they should. Have you ever had to take a cold shower in the winter? Been stuck on the road with a broken down car? Gone to the store and they didn't have your strawberries? This is what good software is like. You should be able to use it and not notice it. It should be invisible to the user because it should be perfectly in sync with how the user wants to navigate their device. This is iOS. Simple, smooth, and invisible. You don't need the tricks and cool things of Android, you just want to use your phone. Now, for fluidity and speed comparisons, here is a simple comparison between the iPhone 16 Pro Max and Google Pixel 9 Pro XL, opening a variety of applications. You tell me down below what you think. And of course, as simple as iOS is generalized to be, Apple made huge leaps in customization and bringing some features that might convince Android users to make the switch with iOS 18. Here are some of my personal favorites. Tell me down below if these things would convince you to buy an iPhone. So, hopefully by now, I have convinced at least some Android users to give iPhone a try. But if you are still on the fence, let me bring your remaining doubts into focus. With the camera. The camera on the iPhone is incredible. I still prefer the Google Pixel for photos, but the iPhone is the complete package, giving you photo and video quality that are both equally best in the industry. For comparison's sake, let's see how it stacks up against the Pixel 9 Pro XL in a variety of situations. This is 4K 30 with the iPhone 16 Pro Max. And we're going to zoom in over there on that box. We're going to do 2 times, 5 times, 2 times, back to 1, 0.5 wide angle, back to 5. Then we'll zoom in all the way that we can. And back to 1. 4K 30 on the Pixel 9 Pro XL. Two times, 5 times, back to 1, back to 2, back to 5, 0.5, back to 5, zooming in all the way. Can. Back to 1. Okay, Android fanboys, please remember, I am one of you. But let me deliver the final blow in this tech battle, and that is the long-term usability of the iPhone. Now, before you go off and buy an older iPhone, do your research if certain software features that are important to you are supported, because Apple tends to encourage you to buy the newest device to have the newest and latest software features. That could probably work just as well with older devices, but that's a whole nother video. With that said, I have here an iPhone 11 Pro Max, 13 Pro Max, 15 Pro Max, and 16 Pro Max. I don't want this video to get too long, but I really think it's unfair for you not to see how similar these perform just opening up some applications. Keep in mind that the 11 Pro Max has a 60 Hz panel, and the others can go as high as 120 Hz. So what I'm trying to say is you don't have to buy the newest iPhone 16 Pro Max to try the iPhone experience. Pick up a cheaper used iPhone and start understanding why people are so obsessed with the Apple experience. Just keep in mind the following. iOS 18 is still being offered for as old as the iPhone XS Max, but if you want all the features that iOS has to offer, you will need to pick up either the 15 Pro Max or the new 16 Pro Max. Matter of fact, I recently made a video explaining why the 15 Pro Max is the better value for your money, so go check that out right up here above. And that's the video. Thank you all for watching. How did I do? Any Android users down below already running to the Apple Store to buy an iPhone? No? Well, don't worry, because I am in the process of making a very convincing video as to why Samsung devices could just be what you need, and I'm sure the iPhone users will love it. And with that said, hit the like button down below and subscribe for more if you like what I do, and I will see all of you next time.